A historical storm has developed over Colorado. This is something really intense. We're going to talk about it. You're listening to Weather with Enthusiasm. Good evening. Tonight is Thursday night, November 7th, 2024. And you know that storm that we spoke about in the previous episode, that storm which the National Weather Service said there's a 20% chance of this turning into an impactful winter storm. The European computer model earlier in the week showed this thing dumping 6 to 12 inches over areas at a decent distance from Denver, 6 inches over Denver. Well, looks like this storm has materialized. In fact, big time. The historical snowfall totals are being reported and are forecasted to happen, says the National Weather Service. There are parts of Colorado right now that are forecasted to receive over 3 feet of snow. Over 3 feet of snow for certain areas, 6 to 14 inches, says the National Weather Service for Denver. For the Denver area, you can look up on the National Weather Service to see more details about this. There is a small area in Colorado, which there is a question mark due to the temperatures as to what they're going to be receiving. Now, for those of you that look on a surface map, you might be a little bit confused because you don't see low pressure anywhere around there on the surface map. Usually when we're talking about snowstorms, you'll see an area of low pressure and you'll see the snow. The thing's well organized. We know exactly where the low usually is here in the Midwest. It's known that when the low pressure crosses someplace in Missouri, southwest Missouri, a lot of times that's when Chicago starts to see snow. Over here, you'll see a tropical storm type system in the Gulf of Mexico, and then you'll see another low pressure system down in Texas. But in order to see where all the energy is, you have to go to the 500 MV pressure level, probably the mid-level part of the atmosphere, and go to a temperature map. Look at the temperatures over there. You'll see a pocket of very cold air right over the Colorado area, and you'll also see the rotation clearly is low pressure, a storm system. The surface low doesn't develop until tomorrow night. That thing develops over in western Kansas around the Colorado border, and it pushes northeast. So we have something really intense, which is not detectable on the most simple weather maps. You'll have to look at something more complex initially, something which with more depth, but by tomorrow night you'll see the surface low. Storm totals are expected to be phenomenal with this thing, and one has to wonder whether there's any tropical moisture making it into the system from this tropical storm that has formed, because even according to the European model, even according to that impactful weather scenario unfolding, there was no mention of anything historical happening over the weekend, but we do have very intense snowfall that's expected to occur between now and Saturday morning. That's just a quick update. In Denver, sometimes is a little bit complex. But right now we have a winter storm warning in effect for the west suburbs of Denver, the entire Denver metropolitan area, and we have blizzard warnings in effect for other areas in Colorado as well. Thank you for listening. I wish everybody a wonderful night. Have a great Shabbos.